today. So I'm going to have to do switching manually. I'm not going to use my keyboard, which is what I usually do. I just got to remember that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, translated. Okay, so when last we left, had just introduced lights, and there's a lot of debugging we have to do with that. I do want to do that a little bit. So let me jump into the WoW directories for the game files. Alrighty. Objects. World. Yeah, right here. WMO, Azeroth, Buildings. And yesterday we were looking at the Mage Tower, because the Mage Tower actually has lights. So we need to actually come in here and look for the light section. Ah! There's the lights. Alright, so usually... Okay, 144... Alright, so... Based on our information, and where did everything go? Oh. Alright, there we go. Okay, and it looks like we're still connecting to everything. Good. Alright, so, according to... here we are. These are how you read the lights from a malt file, which is what we're looking at. See, and there's malt. And there's the size. So, first thing we read is, well, let's actually look at malt. Alright, so first thing we read is the type of light. Promote to document. Yes, please. So let's do a split screen kind of thing. Okay, this is a little loud. And if you wish to talk to me, chat with me, voice chat with me live, you can use the link over here to talk to me live. And actually here, let me copy that link real quick. And I will paste it into the chats. Well, all the chats that seem to have people in it. Alright, so there's our size. So first is Uint 8 type. It's okay, Elizabeth. No pressure. Alright, so first we've got type of light. Then we have type. I'm not sure what the differentiation between those are. Use attenuation equals 1. Actually, we should probably put that in there. We don't have support for attenuation right now, so let's add that real quick. I think I need to go to Project Stormwind. Yes. Okay, so if light type does not equal directional, or and we will do this as an or just in case, somebody is silly and does a directional light with attenuation. Or L, use attenuation equals true. There we go. Alright, so. And right now we're just looking at the first light in this setup. Pad. Why is pad 1? Colors. 100. 85. 255. So let's see. 255, 85, 100. That should be the light color. Is that what we actually get when we import? Let's take a quick look. And good, you're defaulting to the Mage Tower. I'll leave that up for a bit, and I actually have part of that window off on the other screen, so I'll be able to see when that comes available again. So, yeah, we got the colors here. And then we have position. So that's a 3 times float. That's 42. I don't know if you're trolling me or not, but the hex things, that is raw data from a binary file. So by looking at 4 of these hex things together, I can see that this is a float that equals negative 42.887397 or whatever it is. And then I look at another one that gives me 12.348, and then another one that gives me 34.9. And those 3 indicates the position in X, Z, and then negative Y. And that's assuming Y is up, should be up. Let's see. Followed by intensity, which is a float. So that's a 1. Followed by attenuation start. Interesting that that's that. And yet that's that. Maybe this is read differently? Okay. Unknown 1. Unknown 2. Unknown 3. And unknown 4. Those are all floats. I think this is a rotational matrix. So we could actually replace these with quaternarian data. So if I did quat X, and I'll just replace quat Y, quat Z, because I'm almost positive of that. And then we come back to the beginning. Type of light, use attenuation, pad. I don't know what the pad's for. It feels like it should be something. Ah. Alright, so let's take a quick look in here. So the light is 25, 25. That's not right. That should be 100. So yeah, it should be that. Why is this not working correctly? Because, you know, we saw in the code here, you know, even with this one, you know, 100, 85, 25, or 255, and then an alpha. So let's see. Color 0 should be B, which it is. But for some reason, it translates to 0. Huh. All right. Okay, we have log file. Debug. Use attenuation. Okay, so type. Oop. What the? Apparently my stream is still too heavy for livecoding.tv. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Oh well. Alright, so... Alright, so use attenuation. Attenuation start. Attenuation end. And then we have... Oh. I can just grab those. And then intensity. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We are trying to read the data directly from the source file. This is the magetower.wmo, or world model object, from World of Warcraft. What we are trying to do is read this binary data and convert it into raw 3D files like this. You know, this is just loading the WMO directly. This is not converting it into anything. It's loading it directly into the software. That is what we're trying to do. The hex code is what we're actually reading. So I can actually come in here and say, okay, well, 64. That's a hex number, and that converts over to 100 when I look at the integers. According to our the design of the lights, each color is a uint 8, or, you know, right here. That's that number. So 4 of these colors indicates 100, 185, 255, and then 255. Those are the colors that we are reading directly from the lights. What we're trying to do right now is debug this. We're trying to see, okay, we just got a whole bunch of this stuff. What is it? You know, what are the values for these? So that's what we're trying to figure out right now. I gotta close this. So, yeah, hopefully those values will translate over directly, and we'll be able to figure out, you know, what the data is. With luck, we should be able to just convert this data. Well, in the end, we'll be able to convert this data directly in Lightwave, so we can actually just read the files directly. Now, after we do this little bit of debugging, I'm actually going to jump over and start working on a brand new file format for this plugin. WMOs, they're nice, but they have a lot of requirements, and frankly, I'm just really, really tired of, you know, messing with them. Okay, WMO. The default constructor of root header cannot be referenced. What? Alright. Ah. Is that going to make you happy? Good. Still waiting for the program to pop up and let us actually do stuff. So, in the meantime, this is just the header type for the first model. If I can I'll actually bring this up real quick. This is basically, the first M2 file. This is, equal to or, less than Burning Crusade. So we could use this one format for both Burning Crusade and, let's see, what? Burning Crusade and Vanilla. Don't worry, Visent Dev. That was yesterday, and yeah, that guy was an idiot. But you know what? But yeah, looking at this, you can see, most of the models have the same kind of look to them, or the same kind of data. See, how's this? There we go. Now the data is not going to change in here, so this light, let's see. Actually, yeah, this is the first light, so I don't know why it's dropping that, but with the log file, we should be able to find out. There we are. Okay, here we are. Okay, accessing, debug infos. Here we are, lights. They're right at the top. Okay. You're reading... Those are the colors you're reading? Okay, so where am I getting 85 from then? I mean, if that's what you're reading... let's read these colors directly, rather than read what we're recording. So there's that. And actually, we do need a position in here, so... Type position equals float, float, float. Now, theoretically, these colors should be the same as what we're putting in here, but I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about this. All right. It'd be nice if I could find something smaller that has lights, but, I guess, that'll come when it happens. Because these are the colors, so the log was saying 255, which is that, and then, it had a bunch of zeros. But if we look at, things like that, there's no zeros anywhere around it except for, way back here. And that's, far off the beaten trail, so to speak. So there's that. Light type. Other light type. Use attenuation. Pad. And then color number 1, color number 2, color number 3, and color number 4. Or rather, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then it gets into floats. And then another float for intensity. Oh man, it's just so intense. And another float for attenuation end. And then directional quaternarians. And then it's back to types and brands and all that stuff. Ah, this is done. So now we can look at the log. Yes, reload. Okay, it's reading the right information, but somehow our input device isn't giving the right information. So that's the good news. The good news is we're reading the right data. The bad news is our program is not reading the right data. So let's go to that. RGBA, no? That goes to set colors. So in red divided by 255. So first turn that into a float and then divide it by, let's make those floats. I don't know why. I think it's just, better if we do. One of those. I really gotta... I'll be glad when I can get my hard drives back. I have a much better copy, and I need to update the ones that I'm currently reading from. Huh, interesting that these are doubles. Or floats, rather than doubles. And actually here, we should probably... Actually, that could be the issue. So we have this converting to floats when we need it converted to doubles. Floats are highly inaccurate. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm trying to create a model importer. I'm basically trying to read the World of Warcraft data and then import it into a 3D software. The whole idea is making it so machinima authors can actually come in, import the models, use them how they want, and then jump back out and keep going. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Oh, gotta close. Right now this is the Mage Tower. Nice, simple, but when you come inside, you can see all these nulls. These are, where objects should be. We don't have any objects yet, but right now I'm also working on trying to get lights, but we're not getting the right color information, so I'm trying to debug that at the moment. And then a little bit later tonight, I want to get into programming the WMOs so that they can come in. Not the WMOs, but I mean the M2 files, so the basic models for everything. If I can get that, then that gets us, first we can start with the static models. That means, we can actually load models when we're, loading a WMO file. The next step after that is being able to animate them. That means we can start getting characters into here. All sorts of stuff like that. And let's see. Oh, I forgot a couple in here. But that's the goal. Yeah, we're trying to read the files directly. Don't want to have to go through like too many conversion steps. In this particular version of the add-on, we're actually making a plugin for the Lightwave. I do have another version of this that I'm actually making as a standalone project. That version will actually be able to export to multiple softwares. With any luck, it will actually be able to export to Lightwave, Maya, and maybe 3D Studio Max, or at the very least to an FBX format or something similar. But this is the version that's Lightwave specific and is actually being done as a plugin rather than a separate program. Because the program is going to be a lot more complex. Oh, there actually is chat being shown. I just can't see it. Well, actually, I could probably fix that. Yeah, I could probably fix that. Give me a second. No, I want a different screen. There we are. I don't want to say I'm new at this, but I'm not totally popular, so I don't know if Stream.me has a subscribe button. Okay, sure, yeah. Huh. I know that Twitch, you can follow me on Twitch or Hitbox, but I'm not sure about Stream.me. Yeah. Huh. Ah, here we are. Alright, so I can actually try and fix this now. Actually, let's undo that. Copy. And let's see. Let's see if I can just do a replace. Replace with... Nope. Alright. I'm going to have to do this manually. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to copy some CSS from one of my other OBS styles into this one. Yeah, they don't make it easy, at least not with this version. Hopefully the next version of this will be a lot better. Okay, so there we go. You can now see the chat on the screen. Alright, and now we are in here, so we now have a new log. So we can now check this out. Oh no, wait, we wanted to actually look at it. Oh, damn it. We actually wanted to come in here and check out the lights. Oh, we're still getting half of the right ones. Yeah. But you know what? Any donation is better than no donation. And I have links to 3 different locations. If you went to the place up there, I got links to all 3 locations that I accept donations. I also don't remember what the third one is. I know one is Twitch Alerts. Actually, no, I think it is Twitch Alerts. Twitch Alerts, Hitbox, and I honestly don't know. I think they do, but it's like really low. PayPal's isn't too terrible. I mean, it's like what was it, 2.2% plus 30 cents. And most places want you to donate at least $1. And if you do it through Twitch Alerts, you actually get a fun little thing showing up over there. Okay, so where was I going? Oh yes, I was going to the Stormwind log. Okay, so we're definitely seeing the right colors. They're definitely being inputted correctly. The question is, do they come out the right way? So now we have all that. Input colors. And output. And we'll do these as floats, because that's, actually no, I should do those as integers. Color to integer 4, 0. Yes, I am. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. Oh, that probably needs to be in there. Duh. Hey, thank you for the donation. Ooh, almost forgot that one. Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? I don't hear it too often, but it is nice. Alright. So now we'll get input and output colors, so we can actually compare the two. Oh, I keep forgetting I need to close this. Ugh. Ooga. Yeah, I did a lot of links. Subscribers get link. Donators get link. Followers get a little prancing, what is it, like a rainbow kitty kind of thing, only it's a sheep. What was I doing? Oh, yes. And then for people who use Twitch to restream me, we get a little Ocarina Kid. The one with the mask. Oh, Skull Kid. Get Skull Kid, and he's kind of flipping the ocarina. The ocarina. Yeah, it is. It is totally awesome. Alright, so while that's going, let's take another look. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be the input colors. This is going to be the output colors. Maybe I'm doing that wrong. I don't know. Let's take a quick look. Common to integer. Oh, no wonder that's not working right. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, I want to do R times 255 And then int. Ugh. That's G. And the same thing with B. And finally A. Okay, is there anything else I'm doing wrong there? Alright, the file's done, so let's see what the input outputs are. Yeah, it's only inputting and outputting that, so okay. So yeah, only when it hits maximum will it do that. Otherwise it, converts it to less than that because it's trying to do a percentage. So the problem was that, as I saw here, it was taking percentages. So let's say, R was like 0.2. When you convert that to an integer, suddenly it's 0. So combine that by 255, you're still going to get 0. So now we are multiplying it by 255, then turning it to an integer. And we did the same thing with the int3, just in case. And now I'm taking a quick look at the doubles and the triples. But it looks like, these are just fine. Thank you, Kira. Okay, so... Oh, close this before we build. I think I want to, just to make things a little easier, is to do a float version. Outcolor float. So this way we'll actually be able to see what the float colors are. I could put doubles, but yeah. Doubles would be more accurate. But this is just for our own edification. It's just so we can debug things. It's not so we can, it's not like we're using that in actual code. I still have not figured out why Twitch is doubling up on chat. So I'm going to try and debug that tomorrow. Tomorrow on my day off. Day off. And thank you for following me. Alright, so while that's going, is there any other bugs with this little code that we wrote? Set colors seems to be fine. Okay, first thing we do with set colors with integers, so we convert them to doubles, then divide them by 255. That sounds right. So it's the inverse of what we're doing down here. Yeah, well, I stream every night, Elizabeth. Whether I'm, doing coding or playing video games, I stream every night except Sunday. Sunday's my night off. If I stream on Sunday, it's because I want to, not because it's a schedule. But, my plan is to actually, take tomorrow off and kind of relax, maybe watch a bunch of Family Guy or something. But I also want to, figure out a couple of things and get it prepared for the stream for next time. With any luck, next week I'll be taking Sunday off to, upgrade my computer a little bit more. Planning on getting a new C drive. It's not that this C drive is bad or anything. It's just... I want to switch it up from a SSD to an NVMe. Oh no, I just got a new CPU and everything. And I need to upgrade from an SSD to an NVMe. And for people who don't know, that's basically an SSD, except you don't plug it in using SATA ports. You use a fun little M2 slot on your motherboard. All right, so this has been imported. Let's see. Oh, maybe okay. Just selected Mage Tower. Still not getting the blue channel. So. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Okay. Output color is accurate. So input and output are the same. Output floats. That looks about right. I don't know. I'd have to check on the Xeons. In fact, let me do that. Let's check the arc. And in the meantime, we'll also check Newegg. Well, let's see. If you go with just this version... it was discontinued in quarter of last year, so let's check some of the other versions. And I don't mind getting off topic like this every once in a while. Manufacturer, Intel, apply. And I'm going to assume you're doing LGA 2011-3. On the other hand, it depends on your socket. Are you 2011 or 2011-3? If you do 2011, I mean, you got 4 that you could use. So you could either use the 2670 or the 2670 V2. Though the 2670 is cheaper. Alright. This is a lot more expensive, but it's you're also gaining 2 more cores. So, and it's much newer architecture. It's the Ivy Bridge as opposed to the Sandy Bridge. You do lose 1 gigahertz with this, but it is, like, again, 3 times the cost. So, let's see. Yeah, 2 of the cheaper ones. That gives you a total of 16 cores. Pretty old manufacturing tech. Alright, yeah, it's not a terrible purchase. Although, frankly, I think you could probably get more performance out of a more modern CPU, but that would probably require you to get a motherboard upgrade. But I don't know what motherboard you're currently running, so I can only guess. The one you're looking at was discontinued in quarter 2 of 15. 20 megs of smart cache. Yeah. It is 32 nanometer. That's kind of old. I don't know if I would say it's not worth it. I would definitely take a look at a more modern version. See if, it would probably be a little bit more money, but you'd probably get a much better performance out of it. Oh, that is a nice price. What was that? It was CPU comparison. No, CPU. CPU boss. That was it. I think this is the one I want. Yeah, this is. Okay, so. And CPU 1, let's say. Well, what am I running right now? Yeah, let's try a 5930K and compare those. So yeah, that, you know, if you're just doing straight comparison, the one you're looking at has a score of 5.6, and the one I'm using right now is a score of 5.7. Let's take a look at the exact numbers. Performance is going to be more with mine. You know, again, more with mine. I have no idea why this one's in here at all. No integrated graphics. Performance per watt is identical. And value is the same. Why is that other one in here? Get out of it. Get out of here. Yeah, they're just trying to... They're pushing you to get this new one. Let's see. CPU boss score is the same. How is that the winner? Oh, because of these two items. Performance and single core performance is much better with my current CPU than with yours. However, you will be doubling up, so there is that. Let's see. Supports CPUs and MSC 2 versus 1. Supports trusted computing. Typical power consumption is going to be lower than mine, except when you double it. Yeah, this is single. 8 cores versus 6 cores. 16 threads versus 12. And then you can, of course, double yours. Supports more RAM. You know, mine supports a maximum of 64 gigs. While the one you're looking at supports up to 393 gigabytes. Lower annual costs. Let's see. Mine is a faster CPU. Better nanometers. Newer manufacturing process. Benchmarks. You know, if you care about this sort of thing. I guess this really depends on what you're trying to do with it. Things it supports and things it doesn't. Yeah, if you are looking at something that's computationally heavy, I would definitely recommend getting the 2 for these. If not, you might want to consider doing something else, like upgrading to, like, say, a 5930 or a more modern one. But again, it completely depends on what you're trying to do with this. If you're doing CPU rendering, probably the Xeons would be a better option. If you're, planning on doing, like, video editing or stuff, you're probably going to want to go more with a more modern system. Oh, wow. DDR2 RAM? Okay. I don't know if you've ever heard of this place, PCPartPicker.com. Absolutely, it's a fun little, let's figure this out kind of thing. So we could do like a build your system. Let me clear this out. And then we could, start really anywhere. I like starting with the CPU. So let's, Elizabeth, what are you planning on doing with this computer? Is probably the first and most important question. Do you need it to be a server or what? I think you said what it was, but... Okay, yeah, a server. Wait, you use your server as a PC? Elizabeth is over on livecoding.tv, for those who care. And I can actually bring her chat over. Let me bring her chat over so you guys can see it. So there. Now you can see her. Actually, no, you can't. There. Now you can see her chat. I've been trying to get the live stream chats over into the mainstream right above the main chat right above me, but Apparently, the software I'm using doesn't quite support it yet. Or there's some sort of API issue or something. Anyways, so okay, so do you need this as a server or do you need this as a personal computer? That's the big question. And yes, I know we're getting way off topic from our programming, but you know, I want to help out. And also, it's nice to get off these little things. Let's see, if we're looking at a personal computer. Okay, so since you're doing kind of both, we probably want to go with a higher end system. So that's basically an i7 or maybe an i5 on the low end. We'll also take a look quickly at extremes. What's the price range? Okay, let's turn off the i5s. Those are kind of old. There we go. So if we go on the cheap side for the newest motherboard socket, we can get you a 6-core that for about about $390. So we'll add that to our list. Now we can choose a motherboard. I don't know what brands you like. I'm an Asus fan when it comes to motherboards. So let's see what's good on here. This one's not bad. 64 up to 64 gigs ATX. No, the motherboard doesn't have to be Skylake compatible. She's using it more as a server, so I actually wanted to go for the higher end stuff. It's a little bit harder to work with in some ways, but it definitely costs a bit more. We'll go with the A here. Yes, I know. Incompatible parts. Why no CPU? We'll just go with this because it's cheap. You can choose a different one. You're going to need some memory, so brand new RAM. Now, let's see. I'm a fan of Corsair, but G-Skill and Crucial are also fun. Let's see. Let's sort by price. Let's see. You're doing a server or something server-like, so let's get you like 16 gigs. Actually, no. Let's not do the 8 times 1. Actually, no. We need 16 gigs. Actually, that looks good. Let's see. Will you be doing any gaming on this or anything that requires really intense video? We're also going to need any storage. Well, storage pretty much hasn't changed. As long as it's SATA, you can just connect your old storage. But we will get you an SSD. I like the Samsung series. Let's see, we could get you a Pro. Oh, the Pro's actually pretty cheap today. Okay. I'll get you an 850 SSD, and then you can use some of the hard drives you have already. We need to get you, I don't know if you have a good video card or not, but let's assume for a moment you don't. I don't know whether you're if you're a NVIDIA girl or I'm assuming you're a girl. I don't know if you're an NVIDIA or AMD. I'm an NVIDIA guy. But let's see, where was I looking for? Yes, Asus and EVGA and Gigabyte and MSI. let's see, what do we have for pricing? No, I'm not going to buy them. I'm just figuring it out, and so she can, make changes. Oh, that's actually pretty decent for 970. Cases are pretty much, choose what you want. Oh, that one wouldn't be bad. And then power supply. NVIDIA, yes. Let's see. What are our power supply requirements right now? Right now we're looking at about 400 watts. So we could actually choose something around there if we wanted. I found that Seasonic is some of the best. Corsair, however, makes it from the same stuff. Oh, you guys think it's... Yeah. Teddy, that really does sound bad. But then again, I'm running a 760, so I'm not much better than you. I'm hoping this summer I'll be able to save up enough money that I can actually get like 1 or 2 or hopefully even 3 1080 Ti's. That's the goal, at least. Let's see. Corsairs. Oh, that's a 750. It's bronze. I like golds or above. Uses less power. And even if we got you something like 1,000 watts or more, I don't know how many you're going to need, but actually that's not a bad price. And it's platinum, so yeah, we'll just go with that. So, okay, and I don't know if you need opticals or a operating system or all that, or monitors. I'm going to assume you don't. So just doing a core upgrade with some, with one extra hard drive and a brand new case, theoretically you don't even need that. We're looking at $1,517.70 if we were to buy it right now. That's where combos are being applied, all sorts of good stuff. So, this is just a quick, look at what we could do. And let me copy and paste this into both chats. I don't know if that's going to show up in the player chat. I don't know why that's not doing. Oh, that's right. That goes to both. Okay. Well, if we did stuff like, new monitors, an operating system, optical drives, all sorts of stuff, it probably would be more expensive. I mean, I got a much more expensive system plan. I'm getting you a decent case. It's oh, you really can't see that. That's even worse. Ah, too big, too big. That's just the 760. I mean, we could easily upscale this, and feel free to do so if you want. I mean, we could actually look at different cases. Let's see, that's just the the Corsair 750. Oh, there's an Airflow edition. Neat. We could look at like the NZXT S340. I mean, that's that's not a bad looking case. But yeah, you could easily keep upgrading from this. This is like the low end on the CPU. If you were to go with the CPU that I currently have, you would actually be, spending about $200 more. But, it's really, really good. And you can see that, we just jumped up the price to $1,700. But that gets you a brand new system. We could definitely get you more / better RAM. I mean, right now, I'm running Corsair Dominator RAM. This is 300, DDR4 / 3000 RAM. You can buy this on Newegg right now for about $100. I actually plan on doing that when I get my paycheck. Double the amount of RAM, I'll be up to 32. But yeah, and that's also getting you a decent 4 gigabyte 780. or 970. We can either upgrade or downgrade all this, however we want. And I gave you the link so you can come in here and tweak this however you wish. And, if you want to see what the... And I like EVGA for my video cards. I don't know why. I just really like them. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. But, at the very least, this gives you a good starting point that you can work from. And I gave you a nice, 100 watt, 1000 watt power supply. That should hopefully manage, any sort of video card, situation you have, plus a ton of hard drives. If I actually come here to my saved part lists, I can actually show you my Star Citizen build. This is actually what I'm actively working on building. You can see I have, a lot of this purchased, but, there's still a lot I need to do. I mean, this is the hard drive I'm actually planning on buying, is the 950 Pro M2. This is like one of the biggest, I don't want to say biggest. This is one of the most modern hard drives you can get. Still, it's a pretty decent hard drive, and it's currently 180, basically $182 right now for a 256 gig. But this is probably like one of the fastest hard drives you'll ever have. Who needs an operating system to load in 5 seconds? I do. I mean, I just got so weepy-eyed when I installed my current SSD, and when my whole system booted in less than a minute. I was like, what? No, that's not how this is supposed to work. Oh. But yeah. Now, what you see in here does not account for my much larger hard drives that I'll be having in this system. But, if I were to buy the whole thing today, this is, what it would be. And, I'm looking at extra monitors for the side. And I have this nice ROG Swift, the PG78Q. That's my main monitor that I have right in the middle. It costs me a lot of money. You'll notice I'm using the cheaper FreeSync models for my 2 additional monitors. That's because I don't need FreeSync on them. I don't need syncing of any kind. I just need them to fill out the the whole area around my monitor, and they're basically the same monitor, except they don't have the G-Sync in it. So I don't mind them having sync or not having sync. Then I have all these, but you look at my final price. My final price is about $7,000 right now. I've purchased 3,000 of it. I still have about a little under 4,000 left to go. But that will give me triple surround 27-inch 1440p's, nice power supplies, 3 video cards. So this is my monster system that I am building specifically so I can play Star Citizen in a really nice setting. So yeah, that's what I think. I definitely think you should use PC Part Picker when designing your system. It won't tell you what to buy. It'll just help you choose, where to buy it. Okay. I think that's enough, being distracted. So we're going to get back to programming now. Let's see. All right, so we know that the output color is accurate. So the question is, where's the problem? Where is it outputting the color incorrectly? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? Light colors. Why is that going negative? Oh, I probably did it from something up here. Well, that would explain why the color was so off. Hey, Teddy. What we're programming is something called Project Stormwind. What it basically is it's a plugin for Lightwave, and eventually it'll be its own separate program, where you can actually load the models from the game, from World of Warcraft, directly in the 3D application. And the whole goal is to be able to come in here, run in here and say, "Oh, this is the nice set. I can do all sorts of things that I couldn't do in the game, like I can have a nice little pan here. Let me I could just Ooh, grabbed off screen. See, I could do like a nice little shot like that, and it just, you know... See, that's not something you can do in World of Warcraft or Machinima Viewer or anything. Is, you know, being able to do complex, you know, animations like this. And however you choose to do this actual animation, you know, it's up to you. I'm just trying to get the data in. And if we, you know, render this out, and I gotta switch these over because, you know, right now it doesn't do the textures right. Alright, so I'm actually gonna... Now right now it's just doing crap for some of these things, but there. Now the lights are actually, you know, rendering correctly. I could also come in here and add things like radiosity if I wanted. Ambient occlusion. Let's increase that. That way I can get a little bit more light. But, you know, I can also do stuff like backdrop only lighting. So, you know, it looks nice and dark in here. And actually here, let me turn off the... let me increase this to about 25%. Turn off ambient occlusion. And you can see here, this looks kind of WoW-like. But when you go outside... Oh, I forgot to do stuff. I'm sorry. The normals maps are playing with each other again. There, we got light coming in. And, you know, that's not bad looking. Let's see. I keep showing this off because I'm really enthusiastic about it, but... And now, you know, that's not bad, but let me change the backdrop. See, right now we're using a pure black backdrop, so, you know, the lighting doesn't look too good. I turn on a more realistic backdrop, and suddenly, you know, this looks better than what you see in WoW. So, it's all dependent on how you do it outside the game. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So trying to make it easier for, you know, artists to come in and have brand new sets and be able to do cool tricks and such. So it's basically, you know, my attempt at making a much better machinima tool. Now, granted, right now, this is all just, you know, in 3D software called Lightwave, but eventually I plan to, you know, do this as its own separate plugin, not plugin, but program, so that you can export this data directly into your 3D application almost directly. And what it'll do is it'll actually write the file directly. So instead of, you know, taking the WMOs and trying to import them in some format that it works in, we write directly to the file format that software works in. So if we were doing Maya, we would be able to write a Maya binary file, or probably more accurately, we'll do an ACI file for them. So now that I've fixed that little bit, that'll probably fix the lighting for that. And now I gotta open this back up and try and load the Mage Tower again. But yeah, one little problem was, you know, negative. No, you don't want negatives with colors. I'm not quite sure where I got it from. Probably because one of these were negative when I copied the command. And I just missed it. That's not bad. Not great, but not bad. Alright. Okay, I got like 5 different programs open right now, and I'm like, okay, what's the next one I need to work in? Yeah. Well, my plan is actually to have like 3 SSDs in like RAID 5. Well, actually, no, I could probably just do them just straight in RAID 0, but make that my gaming drive, so I can actually just load all my games into there, and they'll load like super fast. And have plenty of space. About 1.5 terabytes across 3 hard drives. Yeah. And the worst case scenario, I lose my save games. For the games that aren't supported by various things. Okay, so... there we are. There we go. It's now loading the correct light colors. We still have to figure out why nominal / range is at 0. Yeah, I know they'd have a 1 terabyte SSD, but that's insanely expensive in comparison to the 850 EVOs. All right, Teddy. Thanks for coming by. Yep, and if you come by on Monday, we'll either be playing games or doing more code. Alright, so... yeah, we're actually getting the data we need. Perfect. So I can actually comment all that out now. Because we don't need that code for... especially for this section. And we can, re-enable this as needed. So actually, I could just... the question is, what's with the attenuation stuff? I mean, let me take a quick look at this. Attenuation start is -0. So what if -0 is actually supposed to be infinite? Well, let's take a quick look. Alright, we want the light section. I still think pad has something to do with something. Yeah, mostly that. Attenuation is always 0. What? Huh. I know several programming languages. I know LUA. I know C++. I know PHP, but that and C++ are basically they're basically the same. Let's see. I'm learning Python. It's a little strange. Let's see. Well, HTML, JavaScript. I'm thinking about learning some Java. Doing some Minecraft mods with that. That'd be fun. I'm sure there's more, but I can't think of them right now. Huh. No, I do not know C#. That's actually on my list of things to learn. Okay, so So if it's -0, I'm going to actually do some programming for this. We're going to tell it that, let's see. Is that, oh, damn it. Why is end always 0? What if we're reading the data wrong, though? What if the pad is actually supposed to be the start of something? No. No, that can't be, because pad is in between the colors and use attenuation. Then you have position, intensity, and then the start and end for the attenuation. So there's the colors, position, and then the start of the attenuation. Or no, that's the intensity, I'm sorry. Yeah, attenuation start is always that. It's always -0. Well, that's just 0. So why -0? If I switch that up, it makes even less sense. So -0 must have something to do with this. At any rate, let's see. Well, let's enable this. Leave light. I can turn off position. Use attenuation. And we're fine with colors, so we can just disable that. And I'm fine with intensity, so we're done with that. So now we can actually, well, let's close this down. We're actually going to do some exploring now, because we need to find something else that hopefully has an attenuation start of greater than 0. Well, -0. So we know the Mage Tower does. Duskwood Barracks, maybe? Oh, this is going to be expensive. Duskwood Inn. Now keep in mind that all these files are from World of Warcraft 1.12. Actually, no, these are from 1.0. I forgot that. 1.12 won't show up for a while yet. Probably not until my hard drives show up. Because I don't have the room to install, multiple versions of WoW right now. Hey, Magrib. Sorry I didn't notice you till now. It's, your screen's been covered up. Oh, there is light data in here. I know, because this just started up and I can see, all that light data. Granted, it's all the same. Light type is 0. Attenuation is 1. Wait, light type is 0? Yeah, that makes sense. Because, let's see. If we go back to Project Stormwind, light type, is 0. So, I'm hoping I could find one of these other light types. I think that's unlikely, but... Oh, why do I have this in here? Just randomly. Light distance. Alright. Still nobody joining me in voice chat, but that's okay. Come on, Lightwave. Okay, well, while that's going, let's take a quick look at this. This section only applies to versions less than or equal to Burning Crusade. Got it? Alrighty. Overview. Global texture list, global vertex lists, including positions, blend weights, blend indices, normals, and texture coordinates. Okay. And then per LODs, so... Oh, we can have multiple LODs. That's neat. Like we finished. So, you might go, Duskwood? What the hell? So, here it is, with all sorts of stuffs, but we also have lights in here now. Let's take a quick look at the light scenes. There are 9 lights in here. Let's take a look at the settings. Hey, cool. Actually, a different light setting. Okay, so let's just set all of their things to inverse distance to 1 meter. Why 1 meter? Because that seems to work. Well, let's just do inverse distance then. If I turn that off, and I don't know why the normals are so... I don't want to say funky, but, you know, they're just not right. They darken things unnecessarily. Okay, so... And we need to get these textures. Disable the alphas, because that fixes things like that. And we can see over here, there's a light for... the hearth. And there's a light for the hearth back here. And keep in mind, this has like no ambient light in it right now. I mean, I could put it to like 25%. That's kind of wild-like. Let's set this to 2 then. Okay, now we're actually starting to see some nice, you know, distance on that. Alright, let's turn off that. I can't see now. Stupid shading. Haha. Now see, you know, you could probably leave it just like this and be fine. But if you were to do something a little bit more tricky, like, you know, say we put on the ambient occlusion, well, suddenly, you know, this place is all dark, even though there's supposed to be light shafts coming in from the top. Let's see, cellular wall. I need to see what the images are. There we go. Interior ceiling. Copy that. And I'm going to paste this into the luminosity channel. Set it to 300%. And as you can see, we are getting a little bit of light bouncing in here. You can see a little bit up in here. Let's make sure that I'm in... yeah, we're in sRGB. Good. If I were to turn that off, you know, that's a linear workflow. There we go. Turn that off and turn that down. And let's turn this up to 200%, because I've always found that 200% seems to work a little bit better than normal. So right now, this is only being lit from, you know, these ceiling tiles up here. So that's kind of creepy. Let me add a tiny bit of light in here. 0.5%. Nope, 1%. Not enough. Still not enough. Fine, 5%. Okay, global illumination, ambient occlusion off. Now, back down to 0.5%. There we go. There you can see slightly, but, you know, it's almost not as good. It's 1%. Or 2%. Yeah, 2% you can actually see in here now. But again, that's all settings you can change. It's all dependent on how you want to run it. So where are the other lights? I mean, there's 3 in here. Ah, there's one over here. Neat. Let's turn that off. Turn on the ambient occlusion again. So now it's only being lit by lights. This is, you know, 1. Oh, no, I'm moving. I was wondering what was going on. I should be rotating, not moving. Oh, I am rotating. The hell? I guess we're just too close. Oh, yeah. Let's change our field of view to 90 degrees. There we go. That's better. Oh, no wonder. I was in a room. I thought I was, you know... I was like, why am I only seeing so little? Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's basically an asset loader. Basically, I can, I'm planning, you know, the whole idea is to have something that will let me load the assets from World of Warcraft directly into 3D software. That way, artists can come in here and be able to create brand new scenes. Alright, so we know that this has lights, but, you know, first of all, it just takes way too long to load. Second of all, it doesn't have any of the lights that we need. So let's go to the next item on our list. Lumber mills. No. Duskwood Mage Tower. That would definitely have lights, but probably not the lights we want. The Town Hall. Maybe. Duskwood Town Hall. Because you can't afford the very best. What? What is that? It'd be nice if this had a little bit more information. Although it does say here that it looks like at the very end of Wrath of the Lich King, the Molt files are no longer used. So, who knows? 48 bytes per light and light entries. So there's that. But, you know, we're also looking at M2 files. So, you know, let's get back to this. Per LODs, you know, vertex faces, vertex properties, submeshes, 1 per material usually. I don't know if we want to be able to enable LOD importing. Maybe. Alright, now here's the header. Ooh, version numbers. And those are going to be important later on. Skeleton and animation. Ah, this finished. Ah. Oh, wow. Obviously, some ground needs to be imported. Let's take a look at the data. Still negative zeros everywhere. Alright. But I do want to see what this looks like. Not bad. Alright. So clearly Town Hall doesn't have what we want. And the whole idea is to try and find a place. Oh, Town Hall no wall. That'd probably be faster, but it's still the same. Let's skip that. Goldshire Inn. That's going to be the same as Duskwood. Griffin Aviary. Guard Tower. Now let's check the guard tower. This won't take too long. Alright, this was taking long. Alright, so back to the M2 files. Skeleton animation. Well, actually, let's take a quick look at the header. A lot of offsets here. So it looks like everything is, set in the offsets here. And this is, each block. Now, we'll eventually have to get the skeleton animation, but that's something we'll look at a later time. Geometry, here we are. Bone weights, bone indices, and bones -1. Models 2 use Z up. So, there's that. Okay. So I don't think there's any lights in here, but you never know. Oh, there are lights in here. What do you... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that's Duskwood Inn. I would have to restart WoW. Adding lights for... Here we are. So I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Raw doodad placements. There are lights, but they are all still the same. Raw doodad placements. So I think I skipped this file. Well, it says there's lights in here. So no, there's definitely lights in there. Well, there's one light in here. Or... no, there's two. What are you? Huh. Who are you? Okay, yeah, I think probably setting it to default to, inverse distance 1 meter if it detects -0 would probably be the best option. So let's kind of force that hand. If L attenuation start equals -0.0, and we want equals, there we are, then sprint F, peak definition, invert distance. Now, I'm not sure what the clamp is all about, but we'll just do invert distance because that's probably the most supported version. Also, it looks good. Wait, what? We're doing attenuation end? So why is attenuation, Yeah, attenuation start equals that. So actually, here we'll just do a simple if attenuation n equals 0, then let's say 2 meters, so 2.0. So if it detects that no, I think 1 meter actually might be better. Inverse distance 1 meter. And I need to fix that surfacing. There we go. I don't know why the normals are so screwed up on these. So that is what? That's 2 meters or 1? That's just 1 meter. 2 meter? No, that's too bright. So 1 meter. So just 1.0. Okay, so if it detects attenuation end equals 0, then it will switch it over to 1 meter. If it detects that attenuation start equals -0, then it will switch to an inverse distance rather than linear. Now, our goal here now is to try and find, something that actually uses the attenuation, because then we can debug that better. Central Witch, or Sentient Witch, Twitch. Project Stormwind is... it's a way of importing World of Warcraft models into 3D software. At the moment, we're doing Lightwave. Actually, the guard tower was actually loaded pretty quickly, and it has lights in it. So, okay, I want to come back in here, and I think actually what I want to go is in here. No, Lightwave import. Here we are. This is where we can do all the Lightwave specific stuff. And let's see, self-illuminated, doubles, vertex colors. All right, so I'm just going to set this to false manually. So even though the vector normal map will exist in the model, at least it should, it's not going to build that into the surface. So that will be a fix that we have done. We'll have done. Because right now the normals are just not showing up correctly. I end up having to turn off the normals and then, reapply smoothing, and everything looks fine. So, by default, hey, it worked. Set the inverse distance 1 meter. Perfect. So that'll be our default for when we don't have enough information from the lights. So, good. We got that done. Okay. So now if we load it up, We're going to load the same file, the guard tower. And we're going to see if it loaded the normal maps into the materials. And I should probably default to this file only because it's probably faster for me to default to it. So Mage Tower, we want Guard Tower. Now the nice part is we did, a fun little bit here. Where we actually have it up here. So I can just Guard Tower. And it looks like Guard Tower. So there. Now it will actually default to Guard Tower. So if we were to just go, project Stormwind, and then go, it would take us straight to this model. And it looks like that it did it correctly. Our the normals, they aren't perfect. No, they're not. Actually, they're not even there. But if we wanted to, we could come back in here and apply the normal map that we imported. I mean, it doesn't look good, but So until we can get that fixed, this is just a temporary addition. Ooh. All right, so got that. The lights are good. Oh, another light. Neat. Cool. All right. So, back to our exploration. We're trying to find something that will... I think we're going to skip mage towers and inns and places. Intact prison tower. Human 2-story. I have no idea what this is. While that's going, we will... Alright, so position, bone weights, bone indices. You notice there's 4 of them, so that means there can be a maximum of 4 bones per vertice. So if this is a vertice on my body, I can have up to 4 bones influence this 1 point. Hey, Console Purgatory, how you doing? Now, in reality, you can actually have multiple bones, affect that, but... Then we have views. Every model has 4 of these. Yeah, being able to access all 4 would probably be the best idea. I mean, more than likely the main part of the model is, Wait, what? In the index list? Ah. Oh, we forgot to take out the guard tower. Yes, and all descendants. Let me take out the guard tower lights. Yes to all. Alright. Ah! Of course, the human 2-story. Interesting. Inside and outside. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I definitely know what having a rough week is like. Okay, so there's definitely tons of stuff in here, but I'm not seeing a single light. So this must be colored through vertices, and we don't support that just yet. We will eventually. Oh, 3 sets. No, I'm sorry, 5 sets of objects. A, B, C, D, and E. And then the default. So those are all the default nulls right there. Huh. As for me, I've been doing pretty well, I think. Huh. Oh. I kind of want to hear that story. But to tell it, you would probably want to pop onto my voice chat. And, let me type in the voice chat address for everyone. Just in case you're interested in coming to talk and talking to me on the stream. So, this is going to... Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, if you want to chat with me on the stream, please click that link. It will, send you my way. You'll be able to use, Discord is absolutely free to use. You can actually have your own servers on there. So, I actually have one. If you do join me, make sure you mute your video, your stream channel before you start talking or anything. And you can actually use the software just right on the web. You don't have to download the app. So I like that personally. Okie dokie. Intact prison towers. A keep wall. Ooh, gates and everything. The lumber mill. And the mage tower, which we usually do. Yes, it is browser friendly. Moonbrook Blacksmith. Yeah, let's give that a try. You never know. We could also try doing some night elf stuff. That would probably have something. The Moonbrook. Moonbrook. Wow. Alright, so it doesn't have what we need, but that is kind of cool to look at. Let's see what it looks like with a render. Nice. Alright, so Project Stormwind. Lots of Moonbrook stuff. Northshire Abbey. Oh, hopefully they have a light system that we don't have in our database so far. Okay, looks like it's already done most of the loading. That's the guard tower. Yeah, it's loading the nodes right now. Alright, so it's definitely using lights. But right now I'm not seeing any changes in attenuation start or end. Or types. You'd think there would be a good type in here. And the reason I'm looking for one that's a different type is I'm looking for one that will that is hopefully like a spotlight or a directional light. And the reason for that is because I'm pretty certain that the 4 unknowns at the end of the WMO, light section, these, I'm pretty sure they're a quaternarian saying directional for this light. So we can actually say, oh, the lights need to be this direction. Alright, so there's Northshire Abbey. It's got lights. So let's come in here, scale things down, and take a nice little tour. Interesting that there's a light there. Alright. Actually, before we do this, let me disable alphas so things render well. Oh, we got some lights here. Let's see what that looks like. Wow, everything is warm. I remember this looking cool. I don't mean like, fresh or anything. I mean, like there's a cool light settings. It's very blue. You'd think there'd be a spotlight or something from up there. But no, this is like using really warm colors. Oh, Doom, huh? Well, it's an iterative rendering process, so it just gets better. Actually, the cool colors I'm thinking of is probably coming from filters they did. So the lights are there to help balance things out. All right, and up we go. Yep. 2 lights? Why do you have 2 lights here? Guess you need to be twice as bright? Bright lights, bright lights. Ah, good, we're almost here. Where are you? The bell towers! The bells! The bells! Okay. Well, as cool as this doesn't have the information we want. I wonder if I can write a program that will actually go through all of these things and then tell me which one, which ones have lights and everything on them. Oil platform. Maybe. Red Ridge Barracks. I don't think the barracks would have it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's check the Red Ridge Barracks. So here's a question. If they don't use any of these other than the Omni, why have the others? Especially inside the malt chunk. Now, maybe that just has something to do with the information that they're sending to the program itself, but still, we haven't found the light types yet. Also, light type versus type. What the hell? Maybe it's just something where I check the old WoW dev. Let's see, where is the old one? Ah, there we are. Oh. Okay, so I found it, but... Alright, so I need to do some trickery. Well, it still looks like it's working for me over here. It's coming along. Lightwave is currently able to import lights, and we have at least the position data, and I hope rotational data just fine. So, hopefully things are good there. Okay, so now I'm comparing what it says here versus what it says in the older version of this site, and right now it looks like it's about the same. Okay, so looks like I'm not getting any information I need here. Oh, right, here we are. The barracks. Let's check the log. Lots of doodad positionings. Light types, yep. All right. I don't see anything that's different. So I don't know. It could be that we're also looking at the wrong information. You know, we have type of light and then type. And I don't know what the difference is between type and type of light. Now, it could also be that we're doing type of light wrong. You know, we're trying to convert it to an enum when it just needs to be an integer. So let's just try that. And let's do a copy paste here. Right now I'm trying to find a light so I can debug different types of light. This needs to be a light type. And that's just type. Because you can actually have multiple light types in here. According to according to here, you can have an omni light, which is what probably 95% of the lights are. But then you can also have a spot and a directional, and even an ambient light. I have yet to find any of those. I need to find one so I can do some debugging, because I'm pretty sure that these last 4 floats here are directional, rotation information needed for spotlight and direct light. So that's what I'm looking for right now. So I'm trying to find, those lights. I'm also trying to find a light that has a different attenuation setting. But I'm not having any luck with that so far. Also using the time to come in here and look at some the models with the lighting setup. There's a lot of lights in this room. There's a lot of lights in this scene. How many lights are there? There are 50 lights. I'm sorry, 51 lights in this shot, in this one model. So, yeah. Okay. I actually want to make a couple changes. So. Alright, so let's see. Let's come back to Project Stormwind. Let's see. I think it's just O2 that I put. No, let's make that 3. Just in case we run into something that has like 3 or more. I don't know, is there a length? No, there isn't. Okay. So we're just going to assume for the moment that there are 3 lights, up to 999 lights in one WMO. I don't think there'll ever be that many. But I have a feeling that there's more than 100. Especially in, places like, say, I don't know, ICC. So we'll have support for up to 999 lights. But this, this just makes, the naming conventions a little bit better. I wasn't very happy about, earlier. We probably also need to parent them to their own null. So let's actually quickly do that. Let's see. Add a null. And actually, I could just, right here, go buffer 225. And now I don't have to change that for all these other ones. Don't have to redeclare it every time. So, let's see. Let's do light master.
Yes, precious.
I keep getting asked that question. Project Stormwind is a way to import the models from World of Warcraft into a 3D software. All right, so add light parent null command. So there we go. This will create a null that we will use as a master. Oh, eventually, yes, I will be doing that towards the end. The whole idea is to be able to import the models into a 3D software. At that point, I actually want to start doing some model tweaks and see if I can't recreate a World of Warcraft in Unreal Engine with better lighting and such. It's never going to be released, but I just want to see if I can do it. I mean, I might have a small, localized closed beta kind of thing where most of the viewers are able to come in just to test out multiplayer and, stability and stuff. But, I'm never going to make any money off it. It's going to be hosted pretty much all on my computer when I do the server stuff. It's just for fun. I'm also going to see if I can't add, functionality I always thought that should be in World of Warcraft. Okay, so we have that. So WMO ID. L parent ID. Ah. Well, it's something I'm thinking about. I mean, the idea of having a closed beta with you guys was something I just came up with like 5 minutes ago when I told you. All right, so there should be, you know. Okay, so that just grabs the most latest thing. Well, my goal right now is to make the game basically localized to just Stormwind. Not gonna be able to do too much beyond that. Alright, so we have that. Add light. Now parent it to the L parent. If I'm doing this correctly, it should all, you know, lights should be parented to the light parent, and the light parent should be parented to the main WMO. I have no idea if this will work. Let's find out. I have no idea. We have to start with Project Stormwind, get the game, be able to get the assets out into a format that we can work with. Then there's a bunch of the, we go through and we fix it. And then we're adding gameplay and all sorts of things. I mean, I can show you what we have right now. Let me kind of scoot that off. Actually, no, I can just leave that. And I need that over here so I can see when this loads. And let's see. Yeah, we'll just do the guard tower. But let me see. Okay, it's not going to do that. That's probably going to do that, but it won't do it. Won't do it till it's too late. Okay, where do I get to? Ah, there we go. Show the desktop. Okay, there's that. So let's see. We did several things. Let's see what worked and what didn't. Let's see, I have to launch that. Alright, so the goal of that last one was to see if we can't get it all parented. And let's see, guard tower, interior. Hey, we got a light master in here. Yes, allow access. And inside there is all the lights. I mean, there's only 3 or 4 in this one. But guard tower underscore light 001. Guard tower light master. So, that all worked. Perfect. We should probably see about getting, like, other parts of the models to parent. But, we'll have to see about that. Alright, so meanwhile... No, I need to open one. So let's browse. No wonder it couldn't find anything. It was going to the wrong location. I need to... Huh. I honestly don't know. I would like to say it's going to take me a month or two, but it could easily take me, about a year or two. Depends on how much how much work I do on this program, how long it takes me to actually get the program done. Yeah, it's just a lot of if, ands, or buts. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, here's what I have so far. I mean, the hard part is going to be, extracting the data out so that I can put it into here. That is literally the hardest part of this, particular process. Okay, that's interesting that doesn't show up. With any luck, this shouldn't take too long. But the editor, the exporting is, the crucial part for a lot of this. Then there's, trying to get the editor to... Okay, what's going on? The editor is stuck at 95%. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here's what I have so far. As you can see, I there's a lot of customization set up here. The whole idea was to make it so that I could actually, customize and create characters of different heights and widths and other things very quickly. You can see here, I have three different human females, but they all have, I can make, all sorts of different changes here. Let's see, I can change their hair shapes. I can change their hair, I can change what, the meshes they have on their bodies. It's the big problem is trying to, convert what they do with Unreal and what they do with World of Warcraft into an Unreal Engine style. I could do face swappings, and I have a character scale function, so I could go from what would be considered normal human size to the largest that they come. So that's an interesting scale. So that's part of what it is. Now over here, I actually did something similar with the Night Elves, but I was also trying to... I tried to do a tweak where I could actually change the skeleton shape so they would actually look different. The taller ones would be slender and everything. Turned out that just kind of broke everything. And apparently this is a huge human female. I still have animations to do. The import and export. I have no idea why she is twice as tall as everyone else. That is not right. In fact, let's come here to the characters. Double check the character blueprint. Wait, why is she... Oh. Because it's using a Night Elf skin on the human female. But yeah, I have no idea why it suddenly scaled her up to, like, a factor of 2. So, yay for debugging. But, you gotta go through here to the character blueprint, the player's blueprints, all sorts of stuff. Oh, that's right, I did that. Yeah, let's see. There's that. Construction script. Here we are. Update meshes. And this is just so I can change meshes and everything. It's still not up to date. But again, I have no idea why she's coming out at twice the height. But check this out. She can run, or I can use a modifier to make her walk. or I can use, the modifier to, I can toggle her walking or running, and then use the modifier to make her run. I still need to kind of smooth out, going from one to the other, but other than that. And, there's still a lot to do, is being able to program it so that, okay, when you spawn, you're not twice as high. I still, I want to know what's causing that. Let's check the parent scripts. Mesh scales. That could be it. Character scale. Nah, it defaults to 50. And let's see, what's this? This is... Alright, that's just a range. Alright. But you can see this, does quite a bit. Yeah, all of this has to be built and, configured, and, after this we get Stormwind in there, and we get, make sure the model looks good, the lighting looks good. And then I can start to see about, adding NPCs. Eventually there'll be a quest system. But, just being able to get into a character like this and run around Stormwind in Unreal Engine, I think would be fantastic. I've already started to, improve the character. Okay, I think there's some Night Elf specularity going on there. On her back. Yeah, there is. Because you look, the Night Elves have their specularity. If you come here, I actually did, I did like a metal thing on their outfits. So I actually had to go through and paint those by hand. So, where these are, it considers it metal. So it does a really nice shiny thing. So that's one of the other things I'm doing, is going through and doing, subtextures, and the whole concept is actually have what would WoW look like if it was released as a new game today. Theoretically, I should also be doing like normal maps and everything. I tried to make those. It did not turn out well. The characters looked hideous, quite frankly. Wait, why are you? You need to be at scale 0. You're representing the smallest of the human females, while Miss Amazonia here is doing the largest, and she's indicating Death Knights. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing the specularity. So, but yeah, that's what I have so far for this. And Night Elves, I'm doing shortest to tallest, just the same, and with the median. Yeah, games are a lot of work, but at the same time, you can probably, it does take a lot of work, but programming them can be easy. It's all dependent on what you're trying to do and what you're willing to learn. I mean, I have a base character blueprint here. I do like most of the work, setting up the characters right here. This base character will then be, grabbed and used by basically every character in the whole gosh darn game. Right here, I have it going, okay, after character, it's grabbed by the humans blueprint, which sets up things for humans, including eye glows, set eye glows. And here I can say, oh, we need to set this, and human eye glows are this, and they only work with Death Knights and everything. But I can also jump back and go to the Night Elves. I go to the Night Elf racial blueprint, which has the set eye glow function, and they have the two separate night glows. They have the Night Elf glow, and then they have the Death Knight eye glow. And if you look here, this one is a Death Knight eye glow, while that's just a standard Night Elf glow. So both have to be supported. But, you know, I figured between the humans and the night elves, that gives me most of what I need to figure out. I mean, I still have to do genders and all sorts of other things. And then the really hard part is going to be figuring out how to identify, you know, which blueprint the character should load when they, you know, start the game. But, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here with the scale. Let's see, update mesh from the human female blueprint. I don't know, maybe... Let's see, network player start. Guy? That was weird. But yeah, I have no idea why she's coming out twice as big. Maybe there's something weird going on in here. Oh. Yeah, that would probably be it. Huh. And you'll notice that every time, every time she's created, random hair. That's because that's something I want to try. There we go. Now you'll notice that she is, the same height as the average human. Because that's what I decided to do, is just make, the player the average human, and when we can actually get to scaling humans, then we'll, I'll add that functionality to the players. But check it out. An average human versus the average night elf female. I come up to her boobs. I mean, I could jump up to her, but even the shortest one, at least I have direct eyesight to her boobs. Right here, her boobs could be resting on my head, and this one, I just have direct access to the navel. There, now I'm finally taller than the night elves. But even the on the tall scale, the tallest human to the tallest night elf is still, there's at least a head difference there. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at with all this. I have no idea why that player scale was off. But yeah, to get to all that, we have to be able to import things, into Lightwave or into Maya or something, and that requires doing a ton of programming. I'm doing most of this programming in the Lightwave version because then it should be easy to copy over to the Maya version. I just have to learn the difference for the Maya import functions. While here I'm mainly doing Lightwave specific things. It's still teaching me a lot, and I can debug a lot of the problems. Like I don't know how long it would have taken for us to find this color issue we ran into earlier today. But, because we're doing debugging with Lightwave, we were able to do that pretty quickly. So I forget what we were doing here. Oh, that's right. We were checking to see if everything parented correctly, and it does. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, so let's close this. Oh, and it's 11:34. Oh, I'm starting to get tired. Well, I have been doing this for like 2.5 hours. Would have been more, but we were having some problems with everything. Alright, so light colors, light densities. Here's the meshes and the doodads. Huh. Oh yeah, selected item. That's what it is. You know, I should probably go through here and have it parent everything else to the default thing. True. I actually do have my own little MMO game. Let's see. Do I actually have that available to me? Oh, I already have that. Okay. Let's see. I actually have 2 games. 3. 4. I've got like 4 games. 2 of which are... Yeah, 3 of which... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 games that are currently available to me. One of them is WoW that you just saw. Another one is a original Zelda game that I came up with. It's an original story and everything. So that would be unique. Granted, it still uses, Zelda. Let's see. Another one is a Unreal Engine version of Majora's Mask that I've been working on. Been working on that off and on. The big issue right now is trying to get animated characters out of the game. Unfortunately, I can't really do that without Blender. And I have absolutely no intention of learning Blender because it's a little bit too far beyond me at the moment. I do have an original game that I have, which, if I really worked on it, would be actually really awesome. But it's, also one of those games that I'm not entirely sure how to present. Lots of fun. And then there's my MMO project. Lots of good stuff going on with that, but lots of stuff I still need to do with it too. In fact, here, let me bring it up. Sure. Yeah, I built this with a preview version of 4.11. So, that needs to recompile real quick. Hopefully that won't take too long. Meanwhile, getting back to the WoW functionality, being able to just import the models, that's going to help artists. And the game is basically my way of testing all that data that I get out. Plus, it also helps me figure out, how, Blizzard did things and how I could make it better on my end for when I do my stuff, like my MMO project. It's got to do a lot of processing with these first ones. But yeah, this gives me very little information. Let's see. Geometry, vertices, render flags. Let's see. Unlit, unfogged. Ah. Now this is a much newer version of what I have been using. And this is my little demo world. Yeah, I have a couple of games that I would absolutely love to build. One of them is actually inspired by the internet. So, there's that. Okay. Yeah, this is still compiling, but, here's like a snowfield kind of place. Over here is desert. I have the light up there so I can actually see some of the changes and everything. And then I have a grassy area over here. And, eventually I'll add, like, another area or two. Maybe, like a human developed area or something over here. But this is mainly so I can be testing landscape kind of stuff. And environmental stuff. And once the compiling is done, I'll actually do a quick play. I think I have my characters in here. Oh, no, wait. This is the rebuild I was doing. So, yeah, this is, brand new version of what I was building. It has World of Warcraft style controls, so I can come in here and click all I want. or I can use the right mouse button to look around. Unfortunately, it still controls the direction I'm running, so I can't press forward and then use the right mouse button to just look around, or the left mouse button. There's also some, more control things, but I did actually have an original character in here to test with, but I had to. I decided to just start over and be able to use the default rig, because that way I can actually load in other stuff. But eventually I'll add, be able to add the sound effects back in. I'll be able to add a lot of the stuff back in. Right now, I just wanted to get the characters and the controls functionality done with. So, yeah, that's what I currently have for my MMO project. I actually have a lot more in the older version, but, yeah. Alright, so... Yeah, render flags is going to be interesting to do. It's, trying to tell the system that, hey, this guy, is unlit, unfogged, and two-sided. So, trying to make ghosts with the with this system is going to be interesting. Okay, so it looks like you have a list of vertices, and then the LODs basically say which vertices they use. Yeah. Alright, good night, Zombie Slayer. It was nice talking to you. Yeah, next stream's going to be on Monday, because I'm going to take tomorrow off, because, Sunday's my day off. Okay, so triangles. So it looks like LODs are going the LODs contain all the data, so we need to go to LOD 0 in order to get the first level of the model. And there's submeshes. Yay! 32 bytes per submesh, 48 after, the Burning Crusade. So that means these two? Oh no, that's just 4. Okay. So yeah, this is unfortunately... Ah! Okay. Oh, good to see you, Snake. Snake! See ya. Okay, we got a lot to do here with this. Ribbon emitters is going to be interesting. I don't think I can really convert that into anything. Particle emitters, now that I could probably do, at least with Lightwave. I'm not sure about ribbon emitters. I don't know about Maya either. Now see, it actually does have lights. And cameras, that's going to be an interesting one, because I actually know of a bunch of cameras that I could use. Now there's no cameras in here. I could do a search for camera. Now here it's, that's it. Camera query fog, camera viewports. And what's this for? This is for the Mobin chunk. Nodes from the BSB tree. And then back to the fog. So yeah, there's no cameras in WMOs. And then there's attachments. That's right, you can actually parent an object to another object in this game. So that makes things interesting. Especially when you do stuff like shoulders. Alright. Actually, I think I'm going to call things here for tonight. I'm actually really tired. We did quite a bit of debugging. We got whole bunches of stuff done. Not nearly as much as I would want, but, I still need to go looking for those other light types. I mean, we have ambient lights, directional lights, and spotlights that all need to be located. I'm certain that there's at least one WMO with at least one or two, or even all of those light types. So, hopefully we can find one of them and get that to actually work. I'll go digging around for that tomorrow when it's on my day off. But I don't know. I might actually work on one of my games, because that actually sounds like fun too. So yeah, hopefully I can find one of those lights, and then we can do debugging of that. Who knows? I would like to thank everyone who joined me today. I would like to thank... I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think it was... Yeah, I think it was Vizendev. I'd like to thank him for the donation he made. But yeah, it was nice to talk to a lot of people. Yesterday was a pretty crappy stream. I'm actually pretty certain that it didn't get recorded by anybody. So I'll have to go digging around for that. Hopefully my local file worked. But yeah, thank you everyone who joined me. Thank you for the donations and everything. Please follow me at Twitter at Kjasi Plays. You can talk to me on the chat down here during the stream if you want. You can donate the link up here. It will take you to 3 different location spots, so you can choose the one you feel most comfortable with. Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe me on all the various channels and everything. Follow me, all that good stuff. All right, thanks for joining me, and I will see you Monday. Unless I really feel like streaming tomorrow. But I don't think so. Bye!